Good morning, or good afternoon, depending upon what time you are listening. Thank you so much for listening to the audio blogcast podcast presented to you by freeyourthinkingmind.com. Today is Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. This time space sequence we call June 25th, 2019. Today I'll be doing a throwback for you. I'll be reading the blog post from March 26, 2019, entitled, I Didn't Get It Then. I Didn't Get It Then. Our affirmation for today is I am a good and worthy person. I am a good and worthy person. Please definitely go over to the website because there is a new blog post on the website for today. Dap runs across the grassy courtyard of Mission Campus. He runs directly into the lens of the camera and opens his mouth yelling an elongated, "Wake up!" Dap goes into several people's dorm rooms and slap their face, begging them to wake up from their sleepy state. Dap then pulls the rope on a large bell that stands in the middle of the courtyard. The ringing bell causes more mission students to wake up from their drowsy state and walk towards the light. As more and more students walk to the grassy courtyard, Dap continues screaming, "Wake up!" Half paint, wearing glasses and an all-black attire and untied high tops, slowly walks out the building underneath the arch. The camera then cuts to Julian, who quickly arises as if from a bad dream, looking towards the light from the window as if he is being called. As the camera scans all the beautiful people standing in the courtyard in front of Dap, Julian walks from the back of the crowd towards Dap, who is sweating profusely underneath the bell. They stand face to face. Julian nods his head to Dap, and they both look towards the screen, and Dap ends with, "Please wake up." When I watched School Daze back in 1988, I thought the movie was great and perfectly acted. I understood the conflict between the Gammas and the non-Greeks and the Gamma Rays, i.e., the wannabes who were mostly light-skinned and the so-called jigaboos who were mostly dark-skinned. It was a funny movie, and I totally related to the dark-skinned, light-skinned conflict. I understood that Spike Lee was encouraging Black people to love themselves and their skin color and not infight within the Black community. I got that. However, what I didn't connect with then was the last 3 minutes and 21 seconds of Dap's screaming, "Wake up!" I thought it was a great script gone wrong. That scene seemed so cryptic, so unnecessary, and I wasn't sure what I needed awakening from. It was a perplexing, meaningless ending to a fun movie. I just didn't get it then. Spike Lee's School Daze, especially the last 3 minutes and 21 seconds, was an attempt to awaken an entire race of Black people. But the words "wake up" alone doesn't wake you, no matter how loud the screams. The awakening needed is not from the known, but from the known that is unknown. The awakening needed is not from the known, but is from the unknown. You don't need a movie to awaken you to the fact that Black folks have shades of color conflicts or racism. We know this occurs in the Black community. That's the post-effects of slavery at its finest. You don't need a movie to awaken you to something you may not like, but already know. But now I realize Spike Lee's 3 minutes and 21 second scene had a much deeper purpose that I could have never appreciated back then. I wished School Daze would have awakened me back then, but I didn't know that I didn't know. I wish I had words to explain what waking up means, but you must experience it to know it. Spike Lee's intent was to awaken the masses, but the masses can't wake up until individuals on a mass scale wake up. Also, Although this was a Black movie, Spike Lee's wake-up message was applicable to every human walking this earth because we all suffer from a type of amnesia of who we are, and most of us don't even know it. True awakening is an awakening from the inside out. It's a blooming of an internal seed of uniqueness that has been hidden from the light. No one can force an awakening upon you. All I know is when you start to awaken from your sleepy state, you know it. You begin to see things you never saw before. You begin to hear things you have never heard before. You begin to interpret people's actions that you never paid attention to before. You start asking yourself, how did I not see that? How did I not hear that? How did I not understand that? How did I not know that? How did I not care that I didn't know? You can ring the bell. You can sound the alarm. You can write daily blogs and books. You can scream loud like DAP, but no one can awaken you. Waking up is an internal individual experience. We all have it, that internal bell that keeps ringing in the distance, something within whispering for you to listen, something that wants the freedom to just grow. Only when you stop seeing as others have told you, stop ignoring that sense of a deeper truth about yourself on the inside, and start exploring internally what's trying to get your attention, do the awakening process begins. Maybe. I will end with a quote from James Allen's book, As a Man Thinketh. The oak, and I quote, "The oak sleeps in the acorn, the bird sleeps in the egg, and the highest vision of the soul, the waking angel stirs. Dreams are the seedlings of realities." Happy Tuesday, happy Tuesday. Our affirmation for today: I am a good and worthy person. I am a good and worthy person. Thank you so much for listening to the audio blogcast podcast presented to you by freeyourthinkingmind.com. Please definitely go over to the website and subscribe and share. Please definitely subscribe and share to our podcast at freeyourthinkingmind.podbean.com. Please go over to our YouTube channel at FYTM Network and subscribe and share. This is Free Your Thinking Mind, just giving you something to think about. Ashe, my free thinkers, may what you say manifest about you. Happy Tuesday.